Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 2 of my Rebuilding the Union save here on Football Manager 2018. We're going to get straight into it. Last episode, to quickly recap, we spent a ridiculous amount of money on Ashley Cole and we had a lot of injuries. So aside from that, we're ready to get the season underway with a game against the Vancouver Whitecaps. The MLS season is upon us. Can we start off the season with a win? Well, according to Vegas, no. No, we won't. So we're actually underdogs here, but if there's one thing that Philadelphia has become very good at recently, it's performing when that whole brand of being an underdog is placed on your shoulders. So here's a look at the starting 11. It's Andre Blake in goal. A predictable back four with Ashley Cole making his debut. We can see there the midfield of Bedoya and, of course, Medin... Elsinho is the attacking centre mid with our two wingers of Acham and Doku. CJ Sapong acts as the lone striker. So meanwhile, Vancouver playing a little bit of a defensive formation there. They've got a 4-2-3-1 going on. Can we counter that? Only time would tell. Now I have to apologise for the view. I don't think that my MacBook likes it when I put the 3D view on, so we have to look at highlights. But that's okay, because highlights are the best things, especially when the rest of the game is looking like a game of draft. But don't worry about that, it's all okay, because this is a brand new series. I have every faith that we can get off to a blinding start and that our new defence is going to be successful. 1-0 down. Didn't really anticipate that going well. So here's an actual look at what happened. You can see Kai Kamara making his way down. Hang on. Whoa. Before we move on from this, let's just take a look at Ashley Cole. £5,000 a week, coming around the outside of Kamara. There he is, makes a tackle. Okay, Ashley. £5,500 a week. £5,000 a week for that. Brilliant. Well, this series is only going to get better if that's the standard that we're now working with. And now Vancouver whipping a corner and... it's 2-0. It's literally been about 7 seconds into this game and we're 2-0 down. I mean, I'd expect nothing less. This is me playing after all. I mean, when I said that I'm not very good at video games, this is exactly what I meant. And you guys should have been prepared for this. You know, it's not my fault. I can't take responsibility for my own incompetence at Football Manager. Meanwhile, Bedoya has the ball, plays it down to the new man in Doku. He's found some space, whipped it into a chest. 2-1. We're back in it. It's the new man that brings it close. Starting from Chicago Fire. And boy, is he extinguishing that fire. Okay, I promise I'll stop with the puns. I promise I'll stop with the puns. But we're 2-1. We're back into the game. And there is hope yet for the Philadelphia Union. I think the best part is that this is still the first half of play. So there is plenty of football left to be had. And there is Menanjan. I think I've got that name horrifically wrong. So I'm just going to call him Steve whenever he's on the pitch, just to avoid some complete pronunciation blunders. But now we play it through and it's Elsinho and the Brazilian wizard sticks it in the back of the net. It's 2-2. The Union tired up. We're not going down without a fight. And here's a replay of how that goal came to be with actual people instead of circles. It's the all-star right back Keegan Rosenberry. Plays it through to Sapong. He visualises that so well. And Elsinho, with a bit of dancing inside the box, makes it 2-2. So the game is all tied up and that is the way it would stay. Farfar puts in a ball and I don't actually know what Jay Simpson was doing there. But he did give away a goal kick in the 94th minute. We're not going to complain. The score is 2-2. We start off the year undefeated, which for us is very good. You know, we're not fired just yet. And now we move on to face our second opponent of the year. This will be Toronto FC. It's a game we need to get motivated for. So the players were happy with that team talk, but a much stiffer challenge lay around the corner. In order to do this, I made 2 preparations in hiring 2 new scouts. So we have Kevin Hunt, who actually was a former scout at Liverpool apparently, which is a pretty big downgrade for him, but it's a great upgrade for us. I mean, I'm not going to complain. And then Peter Mead, whose name seems familiar and I can't think why. But anyway, preparing for the challenge ahead, it's going to be a big one. Toronto FC are one of the most explosive teams in the MLS, and our team isn't really probably primed to stop the audacity of Sebastian Giovinco, especially considering the fact he is coming off of a 2-game outing in his first game of the season. So we set the team lineups here, we have a little look, and I decided to go out with a slightly different formation. Ilsinho is taken off the field. We actually bring in Warren Creval as a defensive midfielder because for me, in this game, taking 1 point away from Toronto is much more likely than taking 3. So I play a bit defensive, but I'm not encouraged by that. So these are the 2 starting 11s that we see once again. We've still got a Charm and Dockel. They've switched wings this time around. Sapong, the lone striker, with Bedoya and Steve as our centre midfielders. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, it's Michael Bradley that we need to watch out for. But the one thing we need to stress in this game is don't get Giovinco'd. It's that simple. Can we avoid getting Giovinco'd? So the one step I take is to make sure that we always close down, we show the ball onto his weaker foot, and we absolutely clobber him at any given opportunity. And do you know what? With this level of tactical preparation, I feel great. I genuinely want to end this series already. It took, what, 15 minutes and he's already scored. Oh, I don't know what to do anymore. Like, you can't really stop Sebastian Giovinco. The game's going pretty well, apart from the fact they've doubled our shots. They've 5 shots on target to our 1. That's not very good. But we're 75 minutes in now. And, I mean, we've got the ball, so that's a good start. So Gaddy's trying to play out a defence and gives it away. That's great. It's picked up by Fafa. Plays it down to Sapong. Is there a chance here? I mean, Sapong plays it across goal and somehow the keeper doesn't get it. A Charm scores. It's 1-1. The Union again tied up after going behind in the early stages. And with it this late on, that is a great sign. So let's take a look at how that goal came to be. Sapong just scuttles it right across the goal. And a Charm nods it in. And so with 85 minutes in, Toronto have a corner. And oh my God, we've given away a penalty. Oh no, and it's, of course it's Giovinco. Of course it is. Against Andre Blake, there's only one way this is going to end, and Blake didn't even move. He didn't even move. He just sat there, took the L, realised what was going to happen, and just accepted his fate. So that's okay. A 2-1 loss isn't the end of the world. It could be a lot worse. We were aiming for a point against Toronto. We leave with nothing. However, it could have very easily been a point if we'd not have 2 massive defensive lapses of concentration. So we give them a nice team talk, and you are getting a 3rd game. Oh boy, don't say I don't treat you. 3 games in 1 episode. We had Donovan make a start last game. He had a 6.5 rating, so not bad defensively. But as we now look to game week number 3, Giovinco scored another 2 goals. 6 goals in 3 games. Somebody extinguished that fire. We face Orlando. So it's our 3rd game of the season now. We're hoping for a win. Here's how the teams line up. It's back to basics for us. We're still keeping that same formation. I think Orlando have a bit too much firepower there with Dwyer up front. So I'd like to try and contain that if possible. However, I can see this being a relatively exciting game. So don't be surprised if we see a few goals. Well, we're 13 minutes in and nothing's really happened so far. Bedoya to a Charm who's already been a prolific striker so far, but nothing going on there.
2,000 years later.
Oh, I've almost grown facial hair now. 41 minutes into the game, still nothing has happened whatsoever.
6.5 hours later.
Oh, we are still recording. Okay, 63 minutes in, still 0-0. We make a cheeky substitute there to see if that will make any impacts on the game. I mean, we bring on Farfar and Jay Simpson, but 67 minutes in, I guess our chances of landing a winner out the window.
Several bad puns later.
Almost home and dry now, 81 minutes in. We have the ball. David Acham making his way down the wing, plays it inside to Ilsinho, who's kind of marked up. Simpson, who's been brought on, up to Farfar, the second substitute. The ball comes back out, and it lands at Ilsinho's feet, and it's a goal. And the Union take a late lead. It's 1-0 up. Ilsinho bags in his 2nd goal of the season, and somehow the Union could be on their way to their 1st victory of the year. A great ball in by Farfar, some brilliant teamwork we can see. So it's knocked out of the box. A Charm flicks it back, and a fantastic first strike from Ilsinho puts it in the back of the net, and we are on our way to victory. I would say fly Eagles fly, but I don't think it's very fitting. 91st minute now, surely nothing can go. Jonathan Spector, who wasn't even good enough for... It was a Manchester United has-been who's done absolutely nothing in his career, has now ended up at Orlando and is ruining my life in the MLS with a 91st minute winner or an equaliser. I don't even know anymore. I mean, please don't say... Okay, so Blake clears that one. It's full time. That's emotional. It took 82 minutes for a goal, and just like London buses, they all come at once. 1-1, and we still can't get our first win. So after the first 3 games of the season, we take 2 points. It could have been a lot more, but you know what? I'll take it for now. So here's a look at the season so far. We're easily able to score goals. We're not conceding that many, and we sit 10th. I mean, we're only one of 2 teams, our Turnpike rivals in the New York Red Bulls, who have yet to get a win. The Western Conference looks a lot more messy. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you'd like to see more of this series, please let me know. Leave a like, hit subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you for episode 3 of Rebuilding the Union.